say like somebody who's like a sex offender, when they come to prison, they usually like it's pretty much hell on earth for them. Like, is that pretty much true? Like from what you've seen, like people coming into the prison system
I'm
that
gonna
have.
say this, man. It's crazy you brought that up because in my personal social circles is a big topic now. All right, for reasons that we don't got to get into. People gonna see the smile on my face. They gonna know. But a person that was just messing with kids and raping women and messing with child abusing, bro, they gonna have hell on earth. But there are other situations. You know, I don't want to go too deep into this, but let me say this for an example. I know a situation where a group of men went to a gentleman's club. Follow me, I'm trying to be as careful as I can. Went to a gentleman's club, met a dancer. The dancer left with them to have a after party. There was agreement made, according to the dancer, that she would be compensated for her entertainment. You with me? Once the entertainment was over, she alleges, although I believe her, she alleges that what she was compensated for the entertainment was repossessed. She said since the compensation for the entertainment was repossessed, then now the entertainment was not entertainment, the entertainment was a rape. According to a court of law, that is a rape. When the guys come in and say, oh no, this happened and that happened, and one of us must have stole the money back, all of you are rapists. Now, do we treat them as rapists? If you were in our shoes over here as the guys that's in the prison when they come through, can I ask you a question just before I go on? Would you treat them like a rapist if you was in a category of the population to say they rapists or they not? And I'm gonna go on for it because this is not your interview, but I need a.
I would think so because they basically got one on over on her.
Maybe it's like a technical rape. It's still a rape on paper though. But anyway, there's I gave you that because there's situations like that. I hope that don't sound like I'm saying too much. I ain't say no names or nothing, but this is not one group of people's case. I just gave you an example of a case. So that's what I would say with that. I myself, when I came to prison, I was 16. So they put me in a unit that it's like a PC unit. It's like a protective unit, but just so happened it's an administrative side on the other side. But in that unit, among other men, there was some men in there too, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely got put in that unit with some creeps from 16 to 18. It was a dude next door to me, was a real bona fide pedophile. I don't think I gotta break that down. Every connotation of the definition, he was that. When I found out that, we went out for rec. I'm in a place called The Wall. 20 cells on the tier, you go out in a group of 10 or 12 people. Before you go out, you gotta stick your hands through a bar. They gotta handcuff you behind your back. You come out, they let you out. 10 of y'all walk down a tier, go through a side door and go outside. At 16, I don't like him, I'm bitter and I'm mad, and I'm saying y'all got a child molester and a pervert and a pedophile beside me. I took what we used to make these little things out of newspaper. You can actually make zip guns out of these things. You roll a piece of newspaper up in a specific way, and somebody will have to know, I don't need to tell you all that on here. You could spit something out of it that would shoot out of it like a spear. I took that same thing, instead of doing that, what I did was I lit it on fire and let it begin to burn. Why? Because I didn't like the child molester beside me. And you could stick your hand out the bar and you could toss the piece of newspaper into the next cell. So while they already gone out, before I go off a wreck, I tossed the newspaper in the cell, lit the cell on fire. By the time we got outside, the cell is burning out of control, and we ended up beating the shit out the child molester and got him out the unit. So that's a story that I don't mind telling. It's 30, 35 years old now. And that was one way of something that I participated in where we did issue some prison justice.
Do you feel like prison justice does a better job than actual justice?
Damn. I think it used to, right? Reason why I said I think it used to is because sometimes people had a fear and apprehension of just going to prison because of things that happened there. I don't think now that enough people are aware of their punishments. For an example, you got dudes in D.C. right now that get for homicide 10 to 18 years, right? That's supposed to be a deterrent from crime. 10 to 18 years on homicide, but they have what's called 922-0. You heard of the switch, right? So you got young guys out here that got the glizzy, they got the switch on the glizzy. Now the glizzy by itself, if it ain't registered and you ain't legally, you can get 5 years, 3 to 5 years for the gun in federal court. You can get 1 to 5 years in DC Superior Court, that's local, okay? You put the switch on it. Now you can get 5 years for the gun, 15 years for the switch, okay? I see your face. That's 20 years without a sentence enhancement. Let's say you had a gun charge before it, or like me, you had juvenile charges before it. Now you can go from 15 to 20 years for just a gun charge. So what I say by that is that I don't think nobody care about prison justice no more because they don't even care about the laws they're breaking. Not to make my generation or no generation before me more intelligent or no present generation, but if you breaking law for survival, which is the only reason, like I don't think you should be breaking the law for fun or breaking the law for fashion, no way. And I don't want to get on here and condone breaking the law, but you know, rules is rules and sometimes rules got to be broken. I mean, remember, the sharecropper that made the moonshine in the back of the woods was breaking the law too. Nobody challenged his morality because they understood why he was making the moonshine in the back of the woods. And I don't want to sit here and justify crime, but if you're not breaking the law for survival, you just throwing rocks at the prison for nothing. Now, and I just say that to say that you got dudes that got the glick with the switch and don't know they're going away for 10 to 20 on it. So how could they be scared of prison justice is my point.
So I wanted to ask, and obviously, if you can share, what's like one of the wildest things that you either seen or experienced during your time in Lorton?
In Lorton?
Mm-hmm. Or just in any
no,
prison?
We could break it down, but you asked specifically about Lorton.
Mm-hmm.
One of the wildest things that I seen in Lorton was a homosexual that was mentally challenged that used to bang on his wall all night. And when I mean all night, bro, I mean it might start at 10 and it might not stop until breakfast. And breakfast might come at 4 or 5 in the morning. And when I say come, this is a lockdown institution where they roll it in and they pass it out. And I slept on this tier with this crazy motherfucker, his name was J.C. Walmack. I slept on a tier with that luncheon nigga for about 18 months. And as much as it drove people crazy, it made me stronger. People say, how, E? Because I learned how to pray, I learned how to write, I learned how to read and study with everything going on. Do you know what I do now when I sit in a quiet room with not only no weirdo like him, but no other conversation, no other banging, like silence. Like some people think that I'm doing, like for example, like women in my life and family members in my life that don't fully understand prison. They don't understand why at my apartment, at my studio, at my little room, at my people's house, because all my family keep a space for me. Like, remember I went to jail as a kid. Like, I got a different spot in some people's heart. They don't understand that. Some of them think it's just for a place for me to pray. Bro, I don't pray all day. Sometimes it's a place to think. But I grew up in a place where you didn't get a peace of mind unless you found a way to get it. And sometimes you had to mentally do it. Just like I see people that say they daydream themselves out of the prison. Like I done really meditated myself out of everything that was going on with me before. So that's one of the wildest things. But, you know, I've also seen other wild things, you know what I'm saying? I seen a dude stab. I seen all of his intestines hang out his stomach into his hand. I seen a dude climb to the top of the tower and jump off the wall and die. I read about it and then met the person later. It took over the whole prison, handcuffed the guards, took the guns went in the car, left out the guards, shot into the car, killed one of them. Lorton is an abundance of stories that I couldn't tell you the amount of them. Now that's just Lorton. I tried to escape, well I ain't tried to escape from Lorton, I tried to escape from DC jail, it was called CTF, so that might be a wild thing too, you know?